Yeah, this meet this weekend is almost deja vu from last weekend. Man, we have Oregon and Auburn and some fabulous Georgia. Just going to be some fabulous meets. People coming in for this meet. I don't know any other meet besides Arkansas and us probably this weekend that's going to set some remarkable records and probably qualify a lot of people this weekend. So real excited about another fabulous meet that this facility is drawing these teams to.
How do you feel about Oregon down here for the first time?
Yeah,
and I guess also kind of what went into that, considering so many national power programs have been here, and I guess it took them a while to come down.
Yeah, they made a coaching change. I think that's the main consideration is they've said for years they're coming, but then they'd always back out the last minute. But they got a new coach, and I think he's had many stories of some good things. Some of his coaching staff were on other staffs that had been here before, and it's just going to be, I don't think they're bringing their long distance people, but I think from the 800 down, they've got a full team. So going to be really incredible with them in Georgia and Auburn. I mean, those are the three top teams with us. And then just a lot of good people. Got South Plains, of course, the area teams, and West Texas A&M's got some really good people. So just excited. I know we're going to have, there's going to be some records broken in here this weekend.
Chris and I were just talking. Georgia, is there a multi guy?
Yes. You've got Texas multi, and Georgia's multi, Auburn's multi, Oregon's multis. I think we saw 6 of the 5 or of the 8 All-Americans were going to be here in the multi. It'd be the best multi we've ever had.
5 of the first team?
I believe so, yeah. Auburn's kid was 6th, and then Texas kid was 2nd, and then you've got the only one not here is the champion Arkansas, and he's doing one in Arkansas this weekend. So.
Do you have any idea if Elijah Gatlin's running for Georgia?
He is. He's running the 400.
I mean, this is some of the most high-end men's guys that y'all have had.
Yeah, I think Bowling on paper is running the 60 and the 200. Elijah's going to run the 200 and the 400. Looks like they're not going to run a relay, going to go all individual. They have 2 146 half-milers. They have a deck. They've just got a really good team. Women-wise, they've got great sprinters. I think a 7-1. Oregon's got a 7-0. So Rosemary will have some really good competition there. We're not running everybody, especially on the men's side. We're running more women, but we're going to take a few to Albuquerque next week to get on the national track. This is where the nationals will be. And I've run Caleb, Dean, and Courtney 2 weeks in a row, so we're going to definitely rest them. We are going to open up Antoine Andrews in the hurdles, so it'll be his first race. We'll see, but we're running a lot of good people, but we're holding out some too.
You mentioned Antoine. I mean, another high level, right?
Yes.
How does he look and what's your expectation?
Yeah, he's only been here 2 weeks. He came in we feel like pretty good shape. That's the only reason we're kind of allowing him. He's begging us to run, so we're going to let him run the 60-meter hurdles. He's looked good. He's the world under 20 champion for high school. He raised the hurdle 3 inches, and we'll see how he handles those, but I think he's looked really good in practice, and I expect him to run pretty fast.
Now, these 2 meets last week and this week, and even the previous week, big competition, big meets here. How's it been to see the Regulators at their home court with all these Power 5 schools coming here?
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this 6 years, but I do believe last week and this week are the best ever that we've had this type competition. So it just brings out the best in our team. I feel like we're preparing this group really well for the national meet because we're seeing all these people. The only team we haven't seen, probably won't see, is Arkansas. We may see them next week. So, and maybe Florida. But the rest of them are just really, really good, and we're seeing them every week. So you can't duplicate that in practice. You put the kids beside some of these, and it's the real deal.
And on top of that, you guys are now in the top 10, top 5 respectively, going up against these great opponents. What does it say this early in the year? Do you still have to maybe take some of that with a grain of salt, or are these guys already cooking at where you thought they would be at?
Yeah, the rankings for the first week are what the USA Track and Field does is they rate it each week. So Arkansas honestly got a great team, and they haven't opened up a lot of their guys, and they're going to do that this weekend. Florida hasn't opened up a lot of their guys. They are this weekend. I don't know where we're going to land. but you're going to see a lot of new faces after this week. Georgia's not ranked high, and they haven't run bowling in anything yet. So I think there's 3 or 4 teams, Georgia, Florida, Arkansas, they're going to make big moves this week. We'll see if we go down some or we stay the same, but I'm not too worried right now. It's just kind of the nature of the weeks, and then when we get everyone running, it'll get a good picture. About Big 12 time, you'll kind of know where you stand.
Speaking of Big 12, Zach Bradford, Big 12 Athlete of the Week, broke his own record about 10 minutes later. Did you expect him to hit the ground running the way he has so far?
Yeah, he had an off year last year when he was finishing up at Kansas, and it's just so fun to see him come here and be happy and love this school and love this place. And then Coach Slagle's just doing a fabulous job with him. They're really clicking as coach, athlete, and the teammates, and I think he's just a happy guy that's gotten his confidence back. So really fun to see.
Do you have an input on the hair color that goes in every week?
I have nothing to do with that. There was a great vaulter at Kansas that when he was a freshman that did that, and so he kind of thinks a lot of him. So he's just trying to have some fun.
Any injuries this week that we need to watch out of? Anyone you're holding back this week because of twinges, pinches?
I don't think we have anybody that got hurt last week. We just have run a lot of people 2 hard weeks in a row, and we're going to give them a rest this week before we go to Albuquerque, because we want to run fast there, being on that national track. And it's a little different. It's a mondo. It's a different surface, probably a different radius. And so our jumpers and our sprinters that run the 200 that get on the oval, we need to feel that and know what we're getting into before we go to the national meet. But
Coach mentioned early on the success that you guys are already having, and having it against teams that are top of the line across the country so far. What's it been like competing so far, and what's it going to be like going into this week, trying to keep with that mentality?
Yeah, this season has been really good because I feel like we've had a lot of good competition from the start, and this weekend's going to be nothing different. We have a lot of really good schools that are ranked nationally, and I think we're all really excited to see how we're all lined up against them.
Which throws are you competing in this weekend?
Shot put and the weight throw.
How's it been to be on the home turf with all these partners schools coming in and be at home?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm sure Coach Kittley has mentioned it, but we love our facility, and it's nice. You get to wake up in your own bed, you get your own meals, go to the cache, get our lunch, and it's like practice, but we gotta turn it on a little bit more before competition. But it's been great. We love it.
Where would you say you are in your maybe development coming into this year compared to maybe where you left off? Maybe where you were this time last year, or where you left off last season?
Last year around this time, I think I was throwing around 45 in the shot put, and I'm at 51, 5.5. So there's been a lot of development, and it's been a really good year of growth. And I think I've been learning how to rely on my technique and trusting my coach better this year. So it's been really good.
As you develop and you've developed longer, what are the things that you still feel that you need to improve on to get to numbers that you want to have?
I think that something that I've been doing is growing a lot in the weight room. I've gotten a lot stronger, but right now, I really need to work on my technique, trusting my coach, and just relying on my technique better instead of trying to power through and use my strength.
You talked about the technique of the game, 6 feet. What are some of the things that Coach Phillips emphasized?
For me, it's not just hopping across the ring and rushing my upper body instead, coming off my heel and hitting a position that's really tight. So I'm able to use my strength that I've gained in the weight room and be explosive.
Then if you can just talk about the returners. I mean, Malin had a really good season, and now you're coming back. What's that mean for that whole entire group?
It's really special. Malin got 3rd at Nationals in the discus, and so having that experience, and she's a great leader, so having her is amazing. And then I'm coming back, and so I think it's been really beneficial because we have Faith and Mackenzie, who are freshmen, and just being able to kind of show them how Coach runs everything and how we do practice and everything. We've grown into a really, really positive team culture. And I think having the returners is something that helps that a lot.
All good?
Coach said he has no input on the hair color. Is this the hair color for the week? Are you happy with this?
This is the hair color for the week. Kind of planning to do different designs every week, and the purple kind of turned out to be red. I did something with it, and it came out red. I figured I'm not going to mess with it this week. We're just going to leave it like this and go with it.
Breaking the school record, 10 minutes later, breaking your own school record. After a successful career at your old school, what's it mean to have the record and to be, doing this with the Red Raiders?
It means a lot. This team, ever since I've been here, they've been super supportive. They know I had a bad year last year mentally, and they've really brought that back up. And it's allowed me to compete at the heights that I've been competing at and getting new records here. I knew Brandon Bray. I competed with him my freshman, sophomore year, so I had a lot of respect for him. And taking that record from him, it means a lot. And doing it for Texas Tech with a double T on my chest, it means even more.
Zach, what brought you to Texas Tech in the first place?
A lot of it was the facilities here. I knew Slagle. I competed at this facility freshman year for that conference. He's also a representative of the polls I use, so if I ever needed polls, I could get it really quickly. I knew the team environment here was amazing, and we definitely have a chance to win conference this year, and I wanted to put it into that team and be a part of that.
You mentioned obviously you broke your record, and then you broke your record again afterwards. After you broke the record the first time, in your mind, did you go, yeah, I could go a little bit higher?
Yeah, after that first jump, I was kind of soaring over the bar. There's not a lot of heights that high where you're looking down over the bar and you see that big gap you have, and knowing I was way over that for that first school record, I knew I had another one in me.
Breaking that school record twice, how does it hurt you create a mark on the potential?
It means amazing. I know just a little bit of history about this track program, but getting to know the program, knowing they've won nationals as a team, they've had great athletes and great pole vaulters win conferences and All-Americans, and being able to put my name in the history book of this team means a lot.
Coach Kittley mentioned the hair comes from someone that you vaulted with over in Kansas. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I never actually vaulted with him. He was a professional vaulter, and he graduated from KU, I think 2 or 3 years before I went. But when I first started vaulting, I think I was 11 or 12 years old. He held a camp at the club that I went to. And on the last day of the camp, I kind of dyed my hair in a mohawk kind of style, red and black, and matched him. And he's kind of been an inspiration for me. And last year of his NCAA career, he did the whole hair thing, and I figured why not do that and have some fun with it.
Zach, you at KU, indoor and outdoor there?
Yes, both indoor outdoor. My indoor record there is 581, which is 19 3/4 of an inch. And my outdoor record is 577, which is 1811.
We're looking forward to the big competition that you've had the last few weekends here at home, but also upcoming, and there's no slowing down this side.
Yeah, I'm definitely ready for some bigger competitions, knowing conferences here on the home turf, but I know some people are going to come here and take that title from me since I've won the previous 3 conferences. And I'm really excited for nationals. It's cool that we get to go to the New Mexico meet and get some practice and some meets on that runway and that facility, so I'm really excited for it.
You said last week that you were going to stop on that last jump. It's just because of the length of the competition. Would you like to go every weekend to stay sharp, or are you going to take some weekends off now that you have now that you probably doesn't qualify for national?
I think I'll keep competing each week. I think I'll take the week before conference. I don't think I'll compete that week, but I plan on competing every weekend as long as I stay healthy, and because I still got more heights to go, I can't just stop here.
Obviously, when you transferred in, Coach Kittley was very high on what this transfer means for you and the program. What was it like to have that hype coming into it and then immediately kind of hit the ground running and break those school records and walk away Big 12 athlete of the week?
It was kind of a shock to me because, like I said, my last year at KU wasn't the best, so I didn't know where. I mean, I had a great career before that, but that last year was kind of struggling, so I was kind of excited and kind of hyped me up knowing that there was another head coach, another full team that wanted me to come and put some points under the score for them.